Every so often, Marquette undergoes a construction boom that leaves us with some memorable buildings. For instance, 1903 gave us both the Marquette County Courthouse and the Peter White Public Library. Just a couple of years ago saw the construction of the UP Health Systems Hospital and buildings like One Marquette Place. Another boom occurred within a 2-year span right before the Great Depression, a boom that gave us 3 iconic Marquette buildings. The first was the long-awaited construction of the then Graverette High School. We've discussed this in another Pieces of the Past. The school was built to relieve overcrowding in a rapidly growing district and is still the oldest building in use in the Marquette public school systems, now the Graverette Elementary School. Louis Kaufman was instrumental in getting Graverette built. He was also instrumental in constructing another iconic Marquette building during that 2-year span, the First National Bank building. The bank had been sitting on the corner of Front and Spring for 40 years, and it needed a new home. The Frye Bakery, which had been on the very important corner of Front and Washington Streets, burned to the ground in the mid-1920s. Louis Kaufman snatched up the land and proceeded to build what he called a temple to banking. The year it was built, it was the most expensive structure per square foot constructed in the entire U.S., using Italian marble, handcrafted chandeliers, and gold leaf everywhere you look. The bank, which has gone through several owners in the decades since, is still in use and is now the centerpiece of a block-long campus that was just purchased by a Marquette developer for a complex set to house everything from restaurants to a cybersecurity firm. The third iconic Marquette building constructed during that 2-year span in the late 20s sits just up the hill from the First National Bank building. Local business owners decided the city needed a luxury hotel to welcome important visitors to the area and brought the Northland Hotel to life. Overlooking the city from its perch on top of Front Street, the Northland was indeed a luxury stop for half a decade until owners let it fall into disrepair. Rebuilt in the 1990s and rechristened the Landmark Inn, the hotel is still one of the crown jewels of Marquette, an establishment that has welcomed everyone from Amelia Earhart to the Rolling Stones as guests over its 90-plus year history.